Hi, so I just did something very cool. I uploaded my information to Gedmatch. Now, one of my cousins just pointed out that Gedmatch.com is a website where you can upload your raw DNA from Ancestry to 23andMe and I think Family Tree DNA as well, and you can upload it to Gedmatch. And what Gedmatch does is it runs your DNA through all these different utilities. And this is where my conversation is going to get a little shaky because I still don't know what I'm doing on it. But basically, you can. I've been able to find a lot of my cousins, more cousins than I found on Ancestry. I found like second cousins and third cousins. I mean, it's just amazing. They also have like these tools where you can compare your DNA, chromosomal DNA type of stuff, to theirs so that you can see how much of it that you share. They also have amazing like heritage, I'm gonna call it heritage breakdowns. It's called something else, but that's the word I'm using, where you can find out where you're from. Now, I've gotten more information about who I am and where I'm from there in a way that I didn't get from Ancestry. And so I'm going to show you like the comparison. And there's like multiple utilities that you can use for these like scientists who are like studying DNA all day long in a lab somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time. I'm starting to feel like I know who I is. So I'm going to show you just a basic overview of Gedmatch. I am not an expert. I just got on it like yesterday, and so I don't know what I'm doing. I repeat, I don't know what I'm doing. I know you're gonna come for me. I know you're gonna say something. I know you're gonna be like, why do you care? This is all a scam. You just black. What? Why you wanna be special? You know, blah 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 blah. I don't care. I want you to know, I don't care. I think this is fun. I think this is entertaining. I find it to be very entertaining. A lot of people do too. So why you DNA Nazis want to go in on people? I don't know. I don't know if it brings you joy to call people stupid or to tell people they're wrong because they want to find out that they're Indian, if they want to find out they're this, or they're excited they're black, they're excited. I mean, like, who cares? Why don't y'all find some business, something to do? I don't know. Anyway, I've got some interesting responses from people in my comments about this whole journey, and she has shared near tier. That's near meaning not. Okay, but take a look at my results, and please, if you're signed up for like Ancestry or any ones I mentioned, you gotta upload your stuff to Gedmatch. Like, I basically went through the top 20 list of people that I'm related to because my brother's on there too, so I can see who's related to me and who's related to him. And I'm like, so I'm really reaching out to people who are related to my mom, and that's so cool because I never knew anybody that's related to my mom before, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I am excited to figure out what, I don't know. Okay, I know, I'm a goober. All right, okay, so the next time we're gonna see my desktop and all this stuff, and I'm gonna talk with some boys and everything, and then you will see what I see. Bye. Okay, as promised, I am going to show you a side-by-side comparison. You can hear my son in the background because I don't have help today. Anyway, side-by-side comparison of my ethnicity results. So on the left, you see my Ancestry DNA ethnicity, and then on the right is the Gedmatch. What I did was I downloaded my raw DNA stuff file from Ancestry, and I uploaded it to Gedmatch. And there's a bunch of tools there with all these different like scientists that will determine all kinds of stuff, like all kinds of stuff that I didn't even know was possible. They have multiple tools. This one is the one that I read up on Harappa World Blog, and I felt most comfortable with what they meant. Again, there's like a bunch of them, so there's a lot to find out, but I'm just going to go over this one. So anyway, on the left-hand side, you can see that the Ancestry pretty much kind of put me in the West African category at 71%, and all these different places, and trace regions into these places. They're all generally in West Africa. Yeah, they're all generally in West Africa. On the other side of that, Gedmatch, I have West African and strong presence there, right? Yep, there we go. There's also Pygmy, which are a group of people from Africa. Then there's the East African, like 1% there. And the pygmy folks are from Central Africa, so I thought that was pretty cool. So I was able to see a little bit more there. There's another, the Sand people, and excuse my pronunciation because I haven't heard these things pronounced. I'm more of a phonetic sort of person when it comes to sound things out. Um, San is probably what they're called, but they're like Bushmen, and that was my phone. Bushmen, and they're like the hunters and gatherers of Southern Africa. So there's some Southern Africans showed up there. Was really surprised to see. Oh yeah, like obviously with the East African there too. There's like Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda, Sudan, Ethiopia, Eritrea, another one I can't pronounce, Somalia and Kenya. Like those are all the East Africans. So there was 1% that showed up there as well. So I felt like that was really cool. And then the Asian, there's a lot of Asian that showed up too. But before I go into that, my American Indian did show up. Showed up and showed out. There she is, right there, bam, with .87, not very high, but this Beringia, or Beringian, again, pronunciation issues, I know, it's been a while since I've been in school, but these are the folks that crossed the Bering Strait. Remember that story? And they eventually ended up in the Americas. The Bering land bridge uh, was like this little region around the Bering Sea, and historically, that's there was some like land that was attached to like where Alaska and Russia and all that place was, and you can Google it. But those people are native people, and obviously those folks are showing up in my DNA. So, I mean, it's something. It's not as much as I thought it was going to be, but it's there. So let me see. Hi, Mama. Hi, baby. The Papuan people are the indigenous people from New Guinea. They're right there. And yeah, he's saying hi. I have a little bit of that there that was not represented here at all. On this side, Northeast Asian. Northeast Asian. Okay, the Northeast. This is the weirdest part because going down here, um, my largest, what I would call Caucasian heritage, is considered to be the West European. Let me see if that'll expand. Oh, it's gonna, yeah. I can't really expand that in this view. But over here, it says Northeast European, which is like, let's see, which is like the Faroe Islands, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and the British Isles. Looks like the United Kingdom might be a part of that too. Greenland, Scandinavia, etc., etc. My Scandinavian heritage shows up over here. I assume that it's showing up in there. Where is it at? I'm like, dang, I just lost it. Right there. And maybe some other stuff. So that is absolutely weird. That's crazy. It's crazy that the black people are Iranian folks. That's my Middle Eastern right there. And then the South Indian countries would include like more of that middle. The South Indian stuff would include, Lord, I can't even pronounce these names. I gotta get on that. I gotta represent for my Middle Eastern heritage. I definitely gotta represent for my Middle Eastern heritage. So that's where these two groups kind of come into play, and that I think directly corresponds with that 3% Middle Eastern right there. So that makes sense. So the European is definitely off. Like what's going on here? And then it looks like I got a little bit more European on this chart than I do on this chart. Um, there's some Central Asian, and I think my Asian showed up here as in this category. and in that category. So it's looking like a little bit over 1%. They said less than 1%. So who knows what that is? That just might be like just an error of some sort, which is really weird because I have people that ask me if I have any Asian ancestry all the time, and then I thought it was the American Indian. So hell, who knows what it is? But yeah, even just the African stuff alone, I think this is definitely proof that Ancestry.com is probably not the best place for people who have African heritage to go to really boil down to what they are. I think that everyone kind of gets like, honestly, looking at other African Americans um, test, everybody has the same thing, and it's like we're not all okay. Yeah, we are from the same place in a sense, like we're all from Africa. Everybody's from Africa, but it's just kind of weird how you just get everybody gets that blanket like Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Congo, Benin, Togo, Mali. Like we all get that, and then we get all this other stuff. So yeah, of course, if you're an African American, or a mixed person in general, you're gonna have you're basically gonna have hands across the globe. You're gonna have a little bit of everything, which is kind of cool because I see people do this and they have like maybe three or four or two, and it's just like, how are you just two things or three things? Like, coming to my territory of like, I got everything. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to share more news about my hair.